This video talks about your advancement and rank portfolio and your first section and your second section. So your first section is your transmittal form, which you will receive from HR. So you want to scan that in, and it'll be signed from HR and show that you have been approved to go up to that level of advancement. If you struggle with the scanning, my advice is to scan it here at work in the copier, and then select the not the PDF version, but the JPEG, so it's a picture. And then you can go into Word, the templates that will be out there in Blackboard for you to use, or Word documents, and then just insert a picture. Then you can size it and manipulate it, and it comes in a little bit easier than if you put it in as a PDF. But you can also do it as a PDF. If you're more comfortable with Word, or if you have a higher version of PDF, you can combine documents. But you can do an insert and an object, and then it'll let you pick a file and it'll let you put that PDF in. But if you're not real comfortable with that, I think the picture's the best way to go because it can be manipulated a little bit easier. Then the next section is your CV, or your curriculum vitae. And that is going to, it's not necessarily a resume. It's a little bit more than like a professional resume. It's going to outline your education. It's going to outline what you have done as a teacher, what accomplishments have you made, what committees have you chaired, what courses have you developed, kind of, your history of what you've done here at Stark State. It will also get into your, if you've worked other places other than Stark State, you would talk about those as well. And then if you had any business employment, so those would come in after your educational areas. And then some people may have publications and conference papers and all that kind of stuff. So there's a 4-page maximum. So some people may struggle to get it down to 4 pages. Other people may, struggle to get it up to 4 pages. So just want to make sure you've outlined that. And say if you're coming from the work world and you just have a resume, you may want to kind of Google some examples of CVs and see how other people have put it together so that you can make yours as professional and relevant as possible. Then section 2, well, let me go back to the CV. So the CV, though, is probably already in Word, so you can just copy and paste it into your section 1 Word template that's given to you in Blackboard. Okay, then section 2, you'll need your signed supervisor letter of support. And again, supervisors are busy, so my advice is to ask for that early so that you have it. Again, you can scan it as a picture and then insert it right into your template. And then again, you can size it. You want, again, your signed performance evaluations for the past 3 years. So signed by you, signed by your supervisor. And sometimes you don't have those. Sometimes maybe you have to ask HR or go back to your supervisor, because sometimes you just get the filled out version emailed to you and not really scanned and signed. So make sure you have them signed. And now those, I'm going to be honest with you, are a little harder to get into Blackboard, especially if you don't have like an advanced PDF file creator, which I know some people do, but it's something you pay for. So what I did for mine is, if you open them up in PDF, you can take a snapshot, so you can edit, and one of those options is take a snapshot. And then you highlight the area. So I highlighted one whole page, click it, and it takes a picture of it. And then I put that over into my Word document. So you have to do it 1 page at a time. So I mean, if your performance evaluations are 3 or 4 pages long and you have 3 years, you may have to do that 9 or 12 times depending. But to me, that was the easiest way to manipulate it and have it come in and look good. If you try to do the insert object in Word, it only takes the first page. So it's not doing you any good to do it that way, or it loses its formatting. So my advice is to take the pictures, or again, if you're not comfortable with taking that snapshot when you open the PDF file, you can always scan 1 page at a time in the copier and then put in 1 page at a time. But give yourself a little bit of time for that, because that does take that takes a little bit of work. And then next comes your letters of recommendation. And again, there's 4 maximum. One should be your supervisor, and then the other one should be people who you've worked with. I would take advantage of all 4. Why not? I mean, better to have people say good things about you, because really the people can only look at what's in your portfolio. So you want to have the best stuff in there. So what I tried to do is I had somebody I worked with in the department, another faculty member, write me a letter of recommendation. I supervise a lot of the adjuncts because I have big classes that have a variety of people who teach it. So I asked one of my adjuncts to write a letter. I serve on various committees, so I asked a chair of one of those committees, or maybe someone I co-chaired with, to write me a letter of recommendation. And then I also do some outside community service with the United Way, so I asked them to write me a letter. So I felt like I kind of covered all of the areas: my teaching, my mentoring of others, as well as my committees and my community service. So if you can do that, if you can find people, and again, better to ask them early, get that signed copy, and then you can either scan that in as a picture, or in that case, it'd be one letter at a time. So you could scan it in as a PDF and then insert object and then find that file. So that is kind of a little rundown of sections 1 and 2, and I will have a separate video for section 3 and then 4 and 5. Okay, thank you.